Hi, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we're back on that old subject of does your Filipina want you for your money or for your aged, wrinkled body if you're a retired expat, okay? Well, so every answer, I think I've done about 6 or 7 things which you should be looking out for. And I did these with the help of Beth, who just happens to be a Filipina. Okay, so got my glasses on, so you know I got to read. So the first is the obvious one: early asking for money. Now that can be in all kinds of stuff, usually her hair or an electricity bill if you haven't yet started to cohabit. So she needs to pay for an electricity bill that's come in, around 500 or 600. Having her hair rebonded will be about 1500. And of course she'll want to do her hair because she wants to be beautiful for you. Yes. And that's the first one, is just plain asking for money. Right. This is what we're talking about here, is if you're already attached to a lady who you have hopes for. How do you go about looking for the signs? What are the signs? And these are the ones. The first one, asking for money. And usually if they're in it for the money, they're brazen about it. The ones that are in it for the money are quite brazen about it and will ask very, very soon. They'll come, oh, I would love to come out shopping with you and help you to get some stuff for your apartment, but I just have a little problem. My kid is starting school and I need 4,000 pesos for his school fees, you know. That's one. So that's the first one. Just plain asking for money. That's an easy one to find out. The next one is note the level of happiness when shopping. So if she's normally kind of like round on a scale of 1 to 10, let's try and scale them on 1 to 10. If when you're just doing ordinary things, in other words, just loving being with you, on a scale of 1 to 10, supposing she's say around 3 or 4, just doing ordinary stuff, and then you say, why don't we go down to the mall? And suddenly it goes up from 3 or 4 to say 5 or 6, and then when you get there, if you go willingly to a jewelry store or a store where she just loves to shop, if her happiness level goes up to 9 or 10, this may not be an accurate or finite way of judging, but it can be an indication. Now, this will be linked in with the third one, which is happy when you give her gifts. Now, anybody will be happy when you are giving gifts, obviously, because giving the gift is meant to bring happiness. But is it one of those things that's what it takes to make her happy, is to give her something? There's your indication. That's your indicating mood, is she's not particularly very happy, quite indifferent or something, and then suddenly you pull out that gold bracelet that you bought in a generous moment, and suddenly, wow, she's over the moon and all over you and kissing and hugging. Right, so happy when you give her gifts. Now, here's the other one, and this is where it gets into manipulation. If the love moves peak when she is asking for money or about to ask for money, that's an indication. Now, all of us are guilty of saying, well, I'll ask her at the right moment. So you judge the moment, and the more manipulative of us present company accepted, of course, not you and me. We actually might do something to put the person in a good mood before we hit them up for what we want. So kind of watch what happens there. If when she gets extremely loving and may even takes you upstairs and jumps your bones, and if that act is normally preceded or preceding the hit on you, then that can be an indicator that that's what she's there for. Okay, maybe your aged wrinkled body is not the reason why she took you upstairs and couldn't keep her hands off you. Okay, so got to face reality on that. Okay, present company accepted. Now the other one, asking for cash for family or for bills or stuff like that. Right, so the bills and all of that her family have got, and if you have to say no and reality does not please her, like, honey, I would love to do that, but it's the middle of the month and my pension doesn't come until the 1st of next month, and I really can't afford to do that. And you get the look and the mood, then that's not a good sign. Now the other one, more subtle, because it also combines in with the shopping and the gifts and all of that, but collecting expensive jewellery. Now if there is some hidden agenda that she's going to dump you once she's reached a certain hit level, a successful hit level, is what she collects. Now clothes have a limited amount of value. They have no resale value, but boy, she can take that gold bracelet down to Palawan pawn shop and get money for it. So she may have absolutely no sentimental value on it because it's from you, but she can pawn it, and that's a big thing. So if she is one of those who collects jewellery, has that little bracelet which contains that on which hang little trinkets, and you keep buying her those, and the value of that bracelet keeps on rising, right? That's another indication. Now that gets us back to the last one, I think, and this, I've seen so many sad stories, horror stories about this, and that is that she gets you to buy things which are high-end, which you both use, like motorcycles, cars, houses, and they're in her name. Now that means that if the motorcycle is in her name and the house you built is in her name, not only are you homeless, or you may be homeless, but you'll be walking away with your bag. That's if it's not an expensive bag, and she's claimed that as well. Okay, so it does get back down to the old American saying about divorce, about the division of wealth. Well, quote unquote, we split everything right down the middle, 90-10. So don't be caught on that, will you? It's not easy if your heart is involved, because the heart always has its own agenda. It's even harder if the groin is involved, because thinking with the other head, as the Americans love to say, is also a deadly trap. She may just be a person who is such a turn-on, and you don't want to let that go. I understand that. Everybody is seduced by sex and beauty. Join the club. It's not easy to think while your trousers are undone. Okay, so start looking ahead prior to getting really involved and think about these indicators of where her agenda really is. Good luck on it. Bye for now. Foreigner in the Philippines.